Hello, dear students. Have you ever stopped to admire a garden full of flowers and wondered why nature made them so beautiful? Flowers aren't just for decoration, they are the special organs that allow plants to reproduce and continue their species. Every flower is like a tiny factory designed for reproduction. It has four main parts: the calyx, corolla, androecium, and gynoecium. Each of these plays a role, from protecting the flower bud to producing gametes. Today, let's explore these floral parts one by one and see how they contribute to the miracle of plant reproduction. Let's begin with the outermost part, the calyx. These are the sepals, usually green and leaf-like. Their job is simple but vital: they protect the young flower bud. And here's something fascinating: when green, they even carry out photosynthesis, producing food for the plant. In some flowers, the sepals fall off after the bud opens, but in others, they persist and stay attached. Sometimes, sepals are free from one another, which we call polysepals, as in cotton. In other cases, they are fused together, which we call gamosepals, as in hibiscus. And occasionally, sepals are brightly colored, like in gulmohar, making them look almost like petals. Now, just inside the sepals, we find the corolla, the petals. These are usually the most eye-catching part of the flower. Their bright colors and sweet fragrance attract pollinators like bees and butterflies. Some petals are free, which we call polypetalous, like in mustard. Others are fused, or gamopetalous, forming structures like tubes or funnels, such as in datura. Sometimes, corolla shapes are specialized: tubular, funnel-shaped, or even bell-shaped, all beautifully adapted to guide pollinators. So the next time you see a sunflower attracting bees, remember it's the corolla doing its job of inviting visitors for pollination. Moving deeper into the flower, we reach the androecium, the male reproductive part. Each unit here is called a stamen, made of a long filament topped by an anther. The anther is like a small capsule, usually with two lobes. Inside, there are pollen sacs filled with pollen grains. These grains are tiny, powder-like particles that carry the male gametes. When the pollen sacs mature, they burst open, releasing the pollen grains. Isn't it amazing to think that these microscopic grains are responsible for the beginning of the next plant generation? Stamens can be arranged in fascinating ways. Sometimes, the filaments are all united into one group. This is monodelphous, as in cotton. In some plants, like pea, stamens are united into two bundles, and we call that didelphous. In others, like bombax, stamens form several bundles, making them polyadelphous. Here's a neat memory trick: the word adelphous means group of brothers, so it tells us how the stamens are grouped together. This arrangement helps in the proper release and transfer of pollen, ensuring pollination is successful. At the very center of the flower lies the gynoecium, also called the pistil, which is the female reproductive part. It is made up of three main regions: stigma, style, and ovary. The stigma is the sticky landing platform for pollen grains, covered with hairs or papillae to trap them easily. The style is a slender tube that connects the stigma to the ovary, guiding the pollen tube during fertilization. The ovary is the swollen base, containing ovules that will develop into seeds after fertilization. These ovules are attached to a tissue called the placenta. So, in simple terms, the gynoecium is the structure that ultimately creates the next plant generation. Now here's something really interesting. Plants show different patterns of sexuality. In monoecious plants, both male and female flowers grow on the same plant. Madge and cucumber are good examples. In dioecious plants, male and female flowers grow on different plants. Papaya and palm are classic examples. Farmers who grow papaya know this very well. They must plant both male and female trees nearby, otherwise, no fruits will form. This division ensures cross-pollination, which brings genetic diversity into the plant kingdom. So students, let's quickly connect all we've learned. The calyx guards the flower bud, the corolla attracts pollinators, the andrecium produces pollen, and the gynoecium houses the ovules. Together, they create a perfectly coordinated system that allows plants to reproduce successfully. Isn't it amazing how even the tiniest wildflower you see on the roadside is a masterpiece of design? Every petal, every sepal, every pollen grain is working in harmony to continue the cycle of life. I hope you now look at flowers with fresh eyes, not just as things of beauty, but as nature's incredible reproductive machines. Until next time, keep observing the wonders of the living world around you, because biology truly is the science of life.